Hello everyone. Today I welcome you all to my another video session wherein we will see another important concept, that is list in Python. So before we start our session for the day, I request every one of you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you can receive all the latest updates and notifications that we keep posting on our YouTube channel. So without any further delay, let us start our session for the day. So first of all, we will see what is list. So list is a built-in data structure. Built-in data structure that is used to store an ordered collection of items. That is used to store an ordered collection of items. So there are various characteristics. So there are various characteristics that list possesses, which are as follows. So first is, list is an ordered collection of items. List is an ordered collection of items. Number two is, lists are mutable. The third characteristic is, lists are dynamic in nature. Number fourth is, lists are of indexed nature. Number five is, list can be heterogeneous as well as homogeneous. So these are the various characteristics that the list possesses. So we will see all these characteristics one by one in detail. So before we discuss the characteristics of list in detail, first of all we will see how to create the list. So in order to create the list, first of all you have to open the Jupyter notebook or whatever ID you are using, ID platform you are using, open that, and in that just create a variable called vlist variable. And over here, in order to create the list, we will use a square bracket and we will pass some of the element values, that is 1 comma 2 comma Abhishek comma Ramesh, and then we will just close the square bracket and we will just print the vlist in order to see what output it gives. So in order to run this plot of cell, we will just click on this run button. So once you click on the run button, the list elements are being shown. So this is how you can create a list. So in order to create a list, uh, the one thing that you must keep in mind, in order to create a list, we need to make use of square brackets. Then only it will be considered as a list variable in Python. So now in order to access the specific index of a list, so you just need to use print vlist and then pass the index, that is 0. So now if we run this plot cell, uh, the output that will be returned is 1. So the index or the values start from the position 0, that is index 0, and then so on 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So now let us discuss the characteristics of list in detail one by one. So the first characteristic, that is list is an ordered collection of items. It means list maintain a specific order in which the elements are added to the list. So what does this mean? So suppose we have a list that is, I'll just create another variable that is vlist1, and I will just give 1, 2, 3. So now if we add another element, so in order to add another element, what we will do is, so in order to add another element to this list, what we will do is we will use an append function, and we will just add one value that is 4, and we will add another, or we will append one more value that is 5, and now we will print vlist1. So what it will do is it will add 4 and 5 to the end of the list, which means the order is maintained by the list. So it will not add any new item in between the existing list. So this is what we mean by the ordered collection of items. So second characteristic of the list is lists are mutable. So lists are mutable. It means like their contents can be changed after the creation. Meaning the contents can be added, removed, or appended. So let us see one example of list or mutable characteristic. So we will take the same list, that is vlist1, and in this, from this vlist we will remove 3. So vlist1 dot remove 3, and then when we will print the list, what it will show, the output as it will show 1, 2, 4, and 5. So because the value 3 will be removed from the list. So if you see, the output has come as 1, 2, 4, and 5. So this is the meaning of mutable, meaning the list can be changed. The next thing, or the next characteristic is lists are dynamic in nature. The next characteristic of list is they are dynamic in nature, meaning the size of list can be expanded or shrink during program execution. So this is the same, we can take the same example. So suppose we use another we list one dot append, and we this time we append 6, and then we can print the value of v list 1, and then we will just execute this blot of cell. So earlier we had 4 elements, this time we have 5 elements. So which means the list can be expanded or shrink during the execution of the program. The next characteristic of lists are index in nature. The next characteristic is lists are indexed in nature, meaning any value of the list can be accessed using the index value. So suppose if we want to access the third element, so we will use print bracket, and then we will give vlist1 of 3. So what will be the output? It will return as 5. So if we just run this blot of cell, it will return 5. And if we give -1 as the index, so it will return 6 as the output. Let us run this blot of cell. So it will return the 6 as the output. So which means we can access the list values using the index. The last but not the least, the characteristic that we will discuss is list can be homogeneous as well as heterogeneous. The next characteristic is list can be heterogeneous or homogeneous in nature, which means the list can store similar set of elements or different set of elements as well. Let us first discuss homogeneous list. So we will create one more variable, that is vlist2, and we will just pass similar elements of the same data type. So this is a homogeneous list. Let's declare another variable, that is vlist3, which has elements 1, 2, 3, 4, then Abhishek, then Ramesh, then 1.2 e plus 03, and so on. So this type of list is heterogeneous in nature. Heterogeneous means different elements, like their data type can be any. Their data type can be any, means it can store different variety of data type elements. Heterogeneous in nature. The next topic that we will discuss is the built-in methods of the list. So there are various built-in methods which are there in the list, out of which we will discuss these built-in methods which will be used very frequently or commonly. So first one is the append method. Then we have remove method, reverse, clear, and sort. There are other various methods which are also provided, but we are discussing this. So first is the append function. So append function is used to add element to the list. Add or append element to the list. Then we have the remove method, which will remove the specified item from the list. Then we have the reverse method, which will reverse the content or reverse the order of the list. Then we have the clear function, which will clear out the list. Then we have the sort function, which will sort the list either in ascending order or descending order. So let us discuss these functions in detail one by one. So the append function we have already seen, but let's see it once more. That is vlist1 is equals to vlist1 dot append, and then we will give another the value that we want to append. Let's give the value as 12, and then we will print vlist1. Now we will just run this block of code. Okay, we will just use this thing, print vlist1 dot append, and then we will print vlist1. Let's do one more thing before we execute the append function. Let's declare one list variable, that is vlist1 is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Yeah, so now if we run this block of code after declaring the variable or after creating the list, this block of code will execute. So yeah, so if you see, the 12 item has been appended to the list. Now we will see the remove function or remove method. So this method will remove the item that we will specify from the list. So let us suppose we want to delete 4 value from the list. So we will pass the value as 4, and then we will just print the list variable again. So now if we run this block of code, there will be just 4 items which will remain in the list. What happened? Okay, we have to use the small brackets instead of square brackets. So now if we run the block of code, so it will remove 4. Mm, okay, let's give this vlist1 variable again. So what we will do is, instead of 4 we will pass 3. So over here we haven't used, or we haven't given the remove function or the remove method. So over here we will just use the 4 as again the same value that we gave. So now if we run this block of code, it will execute. So if you see, the 4 has been removed from this list that we get as the output. So the next function that we will be using is the reverse function, reversing the list. So the reverse list will reverse the list that we have initially. So we will use vlist1 dot reverse, and then we will just pass in the open brackets and the small brackets. So after using the reverse method, if we print the list variable or the list variable value output, so it will reverse the order, that is 12 3 2 12 4 3 2 1, because these are the contents which are present in my list. The next function or the next built-in method is the clear method, but that clear method we will discuss, or we will leave it for now. We will discuss after the sort function. So in sort function, what we will do is we will just create one list variable again. What we will do is we will just put like this, and over here we will use vlist1 dot sort, and then we will pass in vlist1 and false. So in the sort function, just pass this as like this, key equal to none and reverse equal to false. So reverse equal to false means it will reverse the list in the ascending order, and we will just print vlist1, and we will just execute this block of cell. So it will just sort the list in the ascending order. So now we will use the same list again, and this time we will just use true instead of false. So it will sort the list in the descending order. So let us execute this block of cell. So it has executed, or it has returned the output in the descending order, that is 12, then 4, then 3, then 2, and then 1. Last function that we will see is the clear list method. So over here what we will do is, we have a list variable, that is vlist1 1 2 3, and then we will just use clear method. So when we will print this vlist, there will be no elements in the list which will be present, so we will just run this block of cell. So if you see, the output is empty list variable, which has empty list value, which has come as the output, because it has removed all the contents or the values which were present in the list variable initially. So with that, we have come to the end of our video execution wherein we saw the concept of list. So if you have any queries regarding this video, then you can raise your queries in the comment section and I will be more than happy to answer all your queries. So before we wind up our session for the day, I request every one of you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that every one of you can receive the latest updates and notifications that we keep posting on our YouTube channel. Thank you all and have a great day.